Welcome everyone, Rowdy here, and it's time for some world event teams. Very simple scoring this week, and also some team ideas. And the event this week is called Darkness, My Old Friend. I would sing it for you, but I don't sing well. Anyways, what do we have to work with this week? We have the Medal of Shadows, 160% spell damage for all troops. And our reward this week is fish. Yay, fish. Anyways, let's look at what we have to work with. You have Assassin, Mage, and there has to be purple in it, and that includes weapons and all your troops. And this is the wonderful team I've thrown together. I love Life and Death up front. If you have it, I would suggest to use it because it's wonderful for keeping you alive once they get a lot of life. Plus it does good damage in Furnace. And one thing I'll note right up front this week is a lot of these fights are going to have troops that create Submerge. So this week I'm saying stay away from troops that do damage to all troops, or you may find yourself having a hard time. In Furnace, splash damage to 2 random enemies and explode 5 random gems. Burns on 4 to 5 gem matches, and when an enemy dies, we get a Firestorm. Shadow Hunter does damage to the strongest enemy, boosted by all enemy life on a 3-to-1 ratio. So as the enemies get stronger, you'll get stronger, but not quite as fast. But if this is the first troop you cast with, it's going to do quite a bit of damage. And the last troop I'm using is the Glory troop this week, Sister Ebony, which I mentioned yesterday in my preview video. Does damage to the first and last enemy. If either uses blue, deal double damage. If either one uses purple, barrier myself, and it is also stealthy. And then I do have 2 teams for people that may not have Life or Death or Infernus or whatnot, so I will get to those. I would like to fill up Shadow Hunter. I like to cast that first while they still have all their life, and then I take my Life and Death. Yeah, it's not killing anymore, but that's quite alright. And I'll have to go over the scoring with you real quick. See, I got 12 fish. So there's 2 mythic fights. You've got Megavore, and Megavore can submerge himself. And you have Aquaticus, who can submerge all troops on 4 to 5 gem matches. Both those mythic fights give you 12 fish. You have Leviathan, that will give you 8 fish, and Leviathan can also submerge himself. And then the Scylla fight is also a legendary fight, and that gives 8 fish. And Scylla, when she casts, she submerges all other allies. And then you've got these epic fights here, and those give 4 fish irregardless of the level, so you might as well do the easiest one that there is. And now that we've gone over that, let's look at the other 2 teams that I've made for newer players or mid-game players. And I've just got Purple Banner on both, and I'm just using Plague Lord just because that's kind of the class of the week. You can use whatever you want. This is kind of my soul team right now. Phylactery, which that's an unlockable, restores your life to full, gain an extra turn, and gain souls. That's going to be based upon your magic and your stats and all. Borg, which deals damage to an enemy boosted by souls collected and gain 10 souls. And it does have a 25% chance to summon a direwolf on death. If you're missing a troop or something, that might be useful. And then Soulzara, 46 damage to an enemy, gain 10 souls. If the enemy's life is greater, deal triple damage and gain triple souls. So once you get farther along in the event, that should be a pretty good troop to have. And then I also have Sister Ebony on this team as well. Sister Ebony seems like a pretty good epic troop. It's better than some mythics, and it's better than some legendaries. And the third team I have, this one is kind of based more upon what do you want to use for your weapon. And this one I've got Vojanoi up front, and the reason for that is Inflict Entangle when doing skull damage, and deals 43 damage to an enemy, triple damage if the enemy uses blue mana, and you can choose which enemy to cast that on. Sister Ebony again. Sanguinia steals life from an enemy boosted by purple allies and enemies, and if you have the metal attached for 160%, you're going to steal quite a bit of life from an enemy. It's a +4 for each purple ally and enemy, which it's not great, but it's not bad. And on this team I've got Secrets of the Crypt, which steals life from the 2 weakest enemies, summons a random undead. So if anything up here dies, you can just summon another troop when casting this, or if you want to put this up front and barrier on Brown Match with Plague Lord and stealing life, you'll probably be okay. Let's see. If you want to be a little daring, you could go with Black Manacles. Put that up front. The only problem is the Submerge. Trickster Shot might go fairly well in a team like this. You might have to switch the class out to something like Archer or Weaver, where you're going to have quite a bit of green or purple, even though it does self-enchant. You could also use Reflection of Good as your weapon, and just go with this team as well. And that's also an unlockable based upon your class. And that's what I have for you today. I hope that helps you. If it does, throw me a like. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you already have subscribed, I do appreciate it. And have a great week, everyone. We'll see you. Bye-bye.